Hey guys, we're back with the Great Ace Attorney. Kept you waiting, huh? It's been a few months, I think. I think I said I would be back by February. It's now late March, and I'm still not done with either of the two series I'm doing. So, but hey, look, I made it another time, right? It's the month after March. I'm not that late. I think we have to select adventure, no? Wait, can we continue? No, okay. So my plan right now is to upload case. Oh, I want my nice background back. You know, upload case 1 like in the next couple days. This where we are? Yeah, okay. And then finish doing Fate Grand Order, then come back to do the rest. So I'm just gonna be passively working on this. I've already finished Fate Grand Order. I just have to upload it all. I have like 9 videos left. So after I finish case 1, just expect like a 2 to 3 week break. Okay? The Adventure of the Great Departure. A really loud siren outside. It's fine. Nothing will get in my way. Let's go. Oh, what? No. Don't look back. Don't look back. Do I have to go? Okay, just opening. Don't. I saw Susato's name.
The Empire of Japan. After opening its doors, a push for cultural transformation brought great waves of Western influence to this far eastern island nation.
Are we in Japan?
The revolution washed over the land, making life in the capital exciting and unsettling. It was a period of great change, and some was swept away by the tide.
Is this the first case? This is the first case! What? Is it? Hold on. This is just the... Yes. How do I... G. Okay, we've been bamboozled. Don't save. That's why let me pick the chapter, but like... Select adventure. New game? No! Stop this! Let me play the second game! Where's resolve? Back to title? No, I don't want to save. Okay, hold on. I'm just gonna look up the name of the case, okay? Ace Attorney Wiki, Great Ace Attorney Resolve. And actually, I get a huge spoiler on the wiki right now. Episodes. The Adventure of the Blossoming Attorney. Gotcha. Say no more. Select adventure. No, what? No, I hit select adventure. You saw my... Wait, can you see my mouse? I don't think you can see my mouse. I hit it. I hit the button. Okay, 4th tries the charm, everyone, okay? Don't save. Yes. Get me out of here. Press any key. Select adventure. I'm gonna use my keyboard. Select adventure. We did this. Where's resolve? Oh! Here we go! I did it, guys! I did not get past the main menu. I got past the title screen. Woo! New world record. Why would they put case 1 after case 5? That just doesn't make any sense. Big tree. Oh, Susato. So we are in Japan.
Standing here in the bright sunshine.
Oh, they're British.
Looking out over the vast ocean. Those days in London seem like a dream. But
That's
I
a British
do miss
accent.
my time in England's vast capital. You know, he's flourished into a truly wonderful lawyer. I've no doubt that at this very moment, he's fighting some noble cause in court. Forgive me.
Wait, is your dad dead?
Taking so long to come to visit you. My life has been such a whirlwind since I returned. And no one could have predicted what has happened. Just 2 months after arriving home.
Find myself faced with yet another awful crime. What? Giselle Brent?
So I came here today to ask something of you. Tomorrow, I shall be standing in court. For the only time in my life. As a lawyer.
Oh, are we playing as Susato? Didn't she get kicked out to Hong Kong? Oh, what?
So please, I ask for your guidance.
Is
Kazuma-sama.
Wait, Kazuma's alive, right? I did have a realization. I want a chance to talk. Episode 1 and the Adventure of the Blossoming Attorney. Oh, so Susato. Okay, I got you. By the way, every accent that isn't an American accent is British. Cannot refute that. It's just true. 13th of August, 8:26 a.m. Supreme Court of Defendant's chamber. They still can't say words. Right. I did realize, while I was thinking about the fact that Kazuma is obviously alive, I realized that this being Ace Attorney, what's going to happen is, during like the 5th case or whatever, we're going to find Kazuma's body. He's alive now, but he's going to be dead when we next see him. We're going to be like, Kazuma's body, what's that doing here? And it's going to be like a weird murder case where it's like a locked room and then nothing makes sense until like the final hour when everything comes together. I have figured out the greatest attorney. So it's not Kazuma's alive. Kazuma's alive for now. But with Giselle Brent being in this one, dead, is this going to be like the Higurashi answer arcs? Where, remember last time I was talking about, I don't remember them all. No, but each episode kind of had like a loose thread that never got addressed. Is this going to be like going one by one with those loose threads, like 1-to-1? So like 2-1 is the answer arc to 1-1, then 2-2 is the answer arc, not necessarily to 1-2, but to another one, and so on. Here I am again after 9 months. The Supreme Court of Judicature. How do you, Japan? That's not a real word.
Judicature.
Judicature? What? Who made this word? What's the etymology? Who came up with this? Latin, of course it is. I feel so nervous. I must steel my nerves and find a way to compose myself. Oh, hey, you're alive! Ah, good, you're here. Doesn't do for a lawyer to be late. Oh, yes, good morning, sir. Hardly recognize you. Got a fine figure, counsel. But you look as white as a sheet. Those wide eyes aren't doing you any favors either. Oh dear. Truth is, so incredibly nervous, feel utterly nauseated. I almost wish that I'd never been born. Goodness, not the sort of thing a father hopes to hear from his daughter, I must say. So, like, are women allowed to be lawyers in Meiji era Japan? Yujin Mikotoba, professor of medicine at the Imperial Yume University. A man who, earlier in his life, traveled to Great Britain to study the latest advances in forensic medical science. And of course, my brilliant father, who's probably not evil, maybe. Excuse me, who's the... Okay, girl on the cover. Would I be correct in thinking that you'd be my lawyer in court today? She has a Hime cut, so she's best girl. Yes, that's right, miss. Well, I want to thank you for agreeing to represent me. I swear my, also, like, the short, like, thick eyebrows, she is actually best girl. Forget, what's her name? She was married to the officer. Their last name was Beat. She was best girl before, but now this is best girl. I swear on my life, it's a complete fabrication. The whole thing. Ray Membani. Remember? Is that supposed to be a pun on remember? That's like Ray Membami. Remember me! Remember me! Born the same year as I and my greatest friend. Oh, of course, the best friend we've never heard of before. This is a repeat of Apollo and Clay. She's going to die. Oh, well, I mean, she's alive right now, so there's hope for her. Unusual for a woman in our time, she works at a university research laboratory helping my father. And sadly, she's the defendant in today's trial, accused of committing a truly awful murder. Well, I mean, look, if you killed Giselle Brett, hey, that's cool with me. Are you feeling alright? Since we started talking, you seem... oh, you've become a little flushed. Oh my, well, it's just that... you look so gallant and dashing. Is Susato cross-dressing? Sorry? When I fall under your intense gaze, it... well, makes me feel rather bashful. Goodness, I don't think she knows. She hasn't realized who I am. Okay, yeah. Wahahaha! It would seem our little plan for this trial is going to work. Oh, what do we mean, Professor Mikotoba? If even your best friend can't see the disguise, then we can relax. Disguise? Yes, never tried dressing this way before, of course, so I wasn't sure how convincing it would be. This does make me feel a little relieved, as you say, Father. Father? What? Is that you, Susato? That should have been the reveal right there. Would have been more fun. So sorry I didn't say something sooner, right? It's just that... no! What are you doing? What's going on? What? That varsity uniform, that varsity cap, that varsity cape, that varsity badge. Look at you. Look for all the world just like a student of the Imperial Yume University, a male student. So glad you think so. Means all my preparations have been worthwhile. Woke up at 4 this morning to make a start. But I don't understand. Why are you dressed like that? Well, you see... it's the only way. The only way she would be permitted into the Supreme Court to take on your defense in this trial. My defense? Could they not find anyone else to do it? Probably not. You know how Ace Attorney is. Never before in my life have I felt so frustrated at having been born into this body. Courts in Japan are barred to women. We're not even allowed to set foot inside the courtroom. Despite the fact that the laws of the land apply to all people, male and female alike. But women are forbidden. Just for today, I'll be leaving my true self at the courtroom door, so that I can act as your lawyer. Oh, Susato, you'd go to such lengths for me? Of course, you're my greatest friend. I just worry that I shan't be the lawyer you deserve. Oh no, I have complete faith in you. Ray. So strange though. I mean, you're such an accomplished judicial assistant already, and yet just because you're a woman? What a wretched reason. I mean, why shouldn't you be allowed in court? You're so gallant and dashing. I think Susato awoke something in Ray. Ray? Please don't look at me like that, with those flushed cheeks and doting eyes. Oh, I'm sorry. It's just, you really do look so dashing. Yes, you mentioned that once or twice. Wahahaha, Misha, you should be pleased. Means you look convincing as a man. I'm pleased? I think. Certainly helped to bolster my confidence today. Yay. You're managing to put on a brave face in all of this. I can see through it. I've noticed how your shoulders are slumped, how you're trembling ever so slightly. Susato? You do believe me, don't you? Another siren outside, stop it! Like, I know there's like an emergency, but also I'm trying to do Ace Attorney here. I didn't do it. I couldn't have. I mean, murder. I never know if those pick up in my microphone or not, so I always have to acknowledge it. Of course. You have nothing to worry about. Your conscience is perfectly clean. Isn't that right? Yes. Yes, it is. Perfectly clean. I have absolutely no doubt in my mind about your innocence, which is why I'll stand by you until the bitter end in this trial. Whatever happens, I'll always be on your side. That's what it means to be a defense lawyer. Wait, hold on. Do we have a badge? Hold on. Oh, we don't have a court record yet. That means so much to me, Susato. Defend it, counsel. They heard everything, by the way. Proceed to the courtroom at once. You should go on at once, Gray. If you're late, the judge won't hesitate to pronounce you guilty. Oh. Stand aside! I don't think I've ever seen her run so fast. Okay. Well, Susato, you've certainly surprised your father. Going to such lengths to be admitted into the courtroom, and with no prior experience of being a lawyer. I mean, she has the book. She's fine, as long as she has the book on her. Wait, did she give the book to Yunosuke? Oh no, she might have. There's simply no other way. That's all there is to it. But father, you haven't told her, have you? I mean, I'm right in assuming that Ray doesn't know how it came to this? Yes, quite right. Kept that information from her. It would only worry her if she found out that no other lawyer would agree to take your case. Yeah, okay, figured. I didn't want to burden her with that. And is it true? The reason why every other lawyer is refusing to take the case? Is it really because of who the victim was? We should be making a move now, too. As you know, law isn't my field, but I'll do what I can to support my student. Thank you, Father. Is it they don't want to get involved in an international dispute? Or is it they were just all Giselle Brent Sims? I'm Susato Mikotoba, a judicial assistant. But who's the prosecutor is it gonna be? Is it gonna be what's his name? Ouchi? The Payne descendant. 8 months ago, I accompanied a student of law on a study trip to Great Britain. But 2 months ago, due to unforeseen circumstances, found myself back in Japan. Wasn't Mikotoba sick or something? Just got better? Or is he still sick? How many times have I wished that he were here? I wonder. Still, I have no choice now but to steel myself for the trial ahead. Wish me luck, Naruhodo-san. Okay, 13th of August, 9 AM exactly. Courtroom 1. Oh, yeah, she's dressed up. This court is now in session to hear the trial of Ray Membami. Membami, yeah. The prosecution is fully ready to proceed, Your Excellency. Oh yeah, his hair's gone. Defense counsel, are you ready? Yes, Your Excellency. We are ready. Ready? I miss Kazuma. Yes, counsel. According to your registration details, your name is, Yutaro Naruhodo. Oh, yes, it is me, Naruhodo's brother. Is that correct? Sorry? Oh, yes. I had to come up with a suitable male name for you, this little venture. So I'm afraid to say, simply put down the first name that sprung to mind. Well, counsel, do you think that's, there's probably a kanji joke somewhere that they couldn't translate. Yes, that's right. That's me. Yes, I'm Yutaro, he who vowed to uphold the pride of the great Naruhodo clan. Seems Yutaro may need to consider how better to uphold his manly act first and not overdo it. And those wild wine eyes aren't doing you any favors either. Just relax and listen. Naruhodo? A fresh face in this courtroom, if I'm not mistaken. But the name Naruhodo, would that perchance be? You may be thinking of Yunosuke Naruhodo, currently in Berlin as part of a study program. This is, his cousin! That's right. Yutaro here has been studying in the provinces, was called to the capital for this trial. I assure you, in the matters of law, his knowledge rivals that of any Tokyo's preeminent lawyers. any of them! Tut, tut, tut. What a pitiful situation. Having been rejected by every lawyer at the capital, the accused just had to call him a country boy. How dare you? Susato's every bit as gallant and dashing as any of your Tokyo attorneys. I don't know who Susato is, but I'm sure they're great. I won't have you making fun of her. Her? Please be careful, Ray. Game over. That's it. What an unrefined tomboy we have here. But I wonder, is your gallant and dashing lawyer up to the challenge of defending you? His wide, skittish eyes very much suggest that he is not. I wonder if that's got to be a translation thing, right? Like saying her there, that's like huge, but I assume it's I don't know. Now that I'm standing in his shoes, I'm starting to understand what Naruhodo-san goes through. Like it or not, eyes are want to flit. Her eyes are flitting. The case to be heard on this day is a matter of great significance to our national interests. In fact, it would be reasonable to assume that the outcome of this trial may well affect the very future of our empire. Just like the trial 9 months ago. Yet for proceedings of such importance, we have this unknown yokel by the dock. Dear me. Perhaps this would be an appropriate moment for me to assess the tutorial time, to determine whether you're sufficiently competent to practice in this courtroom. 9 months ago, when a certain other Naruhodo stood where you're standing now, the same judge tested him as well. And even though he was just a student at the time, not even of law, he passed the test with flying colors. Question number 1, what is a murder? For a trained and experienced judicial assistant like you, this will be easy. And number 2, present your badge. Those are the only 2 questions. That second one isn't even a question. You consent to answering some simple questions. Alright, it's time to prove myself. Oh, she took a page out of his book. Yes, Your Excellency, it runs in the family. But please do make them simple. She has the book, she's fine. To start with, I hope. We'll state the name of the victim. Ooh, that's simple. Couldn't forget that if I tried. It's Giselle. We saw the dead body. What's the matter? Now that I'm standing in his shoes, I'm starting to understand something else Naruhodo-san goes through. Like it or not, finds her want to blank. She likes the word want. It's not surprising, really. It's your first time with this position, and sight guys. Even a bright spark like you is bound to flicker and falter a little under the circumstances. Oh dear, this is a dismal failure. Don't fret. You need only use the knowledge you've gained as a judicial assistant to overcome the problem. Of course! The court record! The answer will reveal among all the key information about the case. The court record. That's right. Just use E to open it. I need to flip to the people section with E. Don't take too long over it. What does E mean, father? Oh, don't worry about it. His Excellency is watching you closely. Alright, check the court record with E. Yay! We don't have a badge. Post-mortem report. Time of death is just after 2. Death is believed to be due to trauma to the lung from a knife blade. Only a single wound was identified. 11th of August. British. Death would have occurred within minutes. Dreamlike meiosis, pupil constriction, was observed in the victim in both eyes. What is there going to be an obscure poison again? Yeah, is 25? And she's 16. Best friend who works as an assistant for my father in his laboratory at the Imperial Yume University. The defendant. Okay. I'm waiting, counsel. What is the name of the victim in this case? Giselle Brent.
Yes!
Yes! Raise your hand. That's how you be polite. The name of the victim who lost her life in this case is Miss Giselle Brent. Oh, I started reading Sherlock Holmes, by the way. I'm like a little past halfway through a Starting in Scarlet. Once I got to the halfway point, I'm like, what am I reading? Which you'll get it if you've read Sherlock. Well, at least the first book. I don't know if the other books do this, but I wanted to read more before getting here, but it's a tough task. Giselle Brent? A name that will never be forgotten in the courtrooms of our country, I'm sure. Correct. And being a member of our empire's judiciary, you will be well aware of the significance of that name. So, let me pose another simple question. As you know, Miss Brett was a visiting student from the Empire of Great Britain. Why then is her name indelibly associated with our own empire's judicial history? Obviously, you won't have forgotten that case from 9 months ago. Because you played the first game, right, Susato? You played the first game? Proving hard to recall the final points, everything you need is included in the court record. Obviously, I still remember. That was the start of everything. Giselle Brett and the woman's student persona was the face of a killer. Queen Victoria?
Yes!
9 months ago, a visiting professor of medicine at the Imperial Yume University was killed. The culprit was Giselle Brett. Yes, she was a killer. At the time, our country had just signed a new treaty with the Empire of Great Britain. It was in the midst of this delicate diplomatic situation that the incident occurred. An Englishman, Dr. John H. Wilson, was shot dead. I believe he was an associate of yours, Professor Mikotoba? Yes, I was indebted to that man. He's been my mentor when I went to London to study forensic medicine. Indeed, it was I who invited him here to Japan as a visiting professor at the university. Kinda sauce. Naturally, the murder of an Englishman in our soil was a matter the government wished to resolve rapidly. Indeed it was, which is why a secret trial was conducted here at the Supreme Court. A student of the Imperial University was arrested on suspicion of murder. A second-year English language student by the name of Ryunosuke Naruhodo. Oh, there's a cool guy with this headband that kept swinging in the wind. With the help of his best friend, a student lawyer, the accused conducted his own defense. Look, it's been a couple months, okay? I remember. Most of the crime committed by her, yeah. Although, I mean, there's like a 2-year gap between these two games, right? And so it does make sense to go over it a little. Miss Brett eventually admitted to her crime. However, when questioned about the motive that drove her to take Dr. Wilson's life, she gave no satisfactory answer before the trial reached its conclusion. Immediately after the trial, the British government brought its consular jurisdiction into play. We were unable to sentence Miss Brett according to our empire's laws. This was decided that she would be removed to Shanghai, China instead. Oh, was it Shanghai? I thought it was Hong Kong. Why Shanghai? Wait, is Shanghai? I don't know parts of China. There's a British consular court there. Correct. I oversaw the negotiations personally. The date of her transfer to Shanghai was finally settled upon only last week. All that remained was our empire's obligations to see the woman safely on board a steamship. And yet, the very day before her departure, the English woman was killed. It took that long? Well, I guess politics, bureaucracy, that kind of stuff. Only the day before? So we got some of this political mastermindy stuff going on. That will do. Satisfied that the counsel for the defense is sufficiently capable of representing the defendant. Oh! Thank you, Your Excellency. Over the first hurdle. Now, a summary of the incident, if you please. Prosecutor Auchi. As is your wish, Your Excellency. Repugnant crime took place on the 11th of August in broad daylight. Oh, Umineko! Umineko! On the outskirts of the imperial capital, under a bright blue sky, a secluded bathing spot by the sea. The incident occurred inside a small beach hut, erected for bathers to request to change their clothes. What, they were just letting her hang out on the beach? Pen in her hand. The cause of death was a single stab wound to the posterior abdomen that pierced the victim's lung. Look at that huge swan hat. An injury which proved fatal. There were 2 persons alone in the beach hut at the time of the victim's death. Miss Brett, in her bathing attire. That looked like your normal outfit. And the accused, Ray Mbami. Accordingly, there could be no doubt of the accused's guilt, especially when we consider she had a powerful motive. The police arrived rapidly at the scene and promptly arrested the young lady. Dot dot dot. Well, that extraordinary description of events leaves me somewhat lost for words, I must say. That's certainly true. The prosecution summary is full of words that raise an awful lot of questions. As a lawyer, I really ought to pick up the prosecution counsel on what he said about a powerful motive. That was the most vague thing there. You're clearly exaggerating. Powerful motive is a blatant overstatement. Tut tut tut. So yokel boy using long words he doesn't fully understand? I beg your pardon. No matter. Let us put this to the accused, shall we? Membani-san, you're a research assistant at the Imperial University, I believe? Yes, I am. Working with Professor Mikotoba in his laboratory at the moment. Oh, so she would have known Wilson. I can confirm that. The defendant is an excellent assistant with a strong sense of responsibility. Fascinating to hear. Now another question. Prior to your work with Professor Mikotoba, whose research were you assisting then? So was this? What if Giselle Brent killed herself to try to take her out of the picture? Because she knew something, you know, that Wilson knew. I mean, I doubt that's the case, but rather, Ray needed to be, you know, sentenced so that whatever she knew didn't be brought up. I was standing under Dr. John H. Wilson. Dr. Wilson? The visiting English professor who was murdered by Miss Brett 9 months ago. I knew this music was coming. I could just feel it. They accuse it as a deep-seated respect for her former mentor, Dr. Wilson. Is that not true? Yes, Dr. Wilson was a wonderful man. Interesting. Then tell the court what deep-seated feelings you had towards the Englishwoman who killed him. Well, I plead the fifth. Obviously, I was filled with hatred for what she'd done. A powerful hatred. Oh no, Ray! Be careful of what you're saying. Whoopsie. The motive was revenge. Plain and simple, Your Excellency. Well, it's clearly a trap all along. How wicked of him to use Ray's undying respect for her former mentor against her like that. Let's find out more details, something we can use to bolster our defense. As a lawyer, you really ought to pick up what he said. Oh, was that a fake choice? Was I tricked? Was something else? Being alone together? Like, how alone were they? Membani-san? Yes, what is it? Naruhodo-san! With tender wish, and then my alias Yutaro Susato. Please tell the court why exactly you were present at the bathing spot with the victim in the first place. Why you were alone with her. Oh, no, that's not true. It wasn't like that at all. There are other people present. A detective who was guarding Miss Brett for starters. I was just asked to accompany Miss Brett as a companion, that's all. Why? Let us be clear. The moment of her death, you were alone together with the victim in that hut. You and no one else. The truth is, there's only one reason why this young woman accompanied Miss Brett on her bathing sojourn. It's the accused's last chance to take the victim's life. Maybe she's trying to find out the motive. Brett's motive. No! Because, as we know, the following day would see Miss Brett extradited to the British authorities in Shanghai. And the accused will never have an opportunity to dispatch her again. Kindly refrain from conjecture, counsel. Yeah. The prosecution counsel seems to be enjoying using provocative tricks like that. Sorry. But for now, at least, we need to assemble more facts. Try not to let him go, you. Oh dear. It's really terrifying. But he's right, we need more information. The lawyer? Okay, so we just have to do all three. The bathing spot. If I may, Prosecutor Ouchie? What do you want? You're a fresh-faced young yokel student. Wonder, could you explain, please? What's in the bathing spot? My apologies. Clearly my modernity was confused the poor country bumpkin's simple mind. Bathing spots, a very latest trend in the health practices from the West. We're told that bathing in the water of the ocean is curative, therapeutic, and excellent for the skins. Is it? No, that's not what I meant. Is salt water good for you like that? I don't know. It's referring to the fact that Miss Brett had, to all intents and purposes, been found guilty of murder. Why would a known criminal been relaxing by the sea? Okay, I did bring that up. For old time's sake, I believe. Sorry? Miss Brett was to depart for Shanghai the following day. Her final wish, as it were, was to enjoy a day at our country's wonderful coast. This is so a setup, and the British Embassy put extreme pressure on our government to comply. But on what grounds would we agree to such a request? Because, as usual, our government is unable to stand up to foreign powers. In matters of diplomacy, it seems we don't even have the courage to decline the whims of a known criminal. Don't look at me, Professor. It's the government who granted permission, not I. In any case, it's decided that with a dedicated detective on duty, nothing could go wrong. But in fact, a murder took place. I said don't look at me. It's the young student girl who did it, not I. No one has proved that yet. I wouldn't provoke the man if you don't need to. I believe we all have a clear picture of the incident now. Despite her guilt being determined 9 months ago, Miss Brett managed to avoid incarceration, continuing her research work at the university. Obviously, over that period, she and Ray would have encountered each other on a number of occasions. Seeing the murder of her mentor for whom she had such great respect enjoying such undeserved liberty? Yes, even if it was only temporary until Miss Brett's extradition to Shanghai. You can hardly blame Ray for her feelings of anger and resentment. Poor Ray. So, Your Excellency, if you'd be so kind as to peruse this exhibit, a photographic print that shows the scene of the crime immediately following the grim incident. Isn't that bathing attire? And it's a short skirt. I wouldn't wear that back in the day. You can see her knees. Thank you, Counsel. A tragic image. Okay, there's her normal dress up there. Can you see my cursor? And her bag. You cannot see my cursor. Okay. She's got an open suitcase with 3 masks in them. You need the 3 masks, of course. And the 4th one on the ground there. Bottle. Oh, a glass. She might have been drinking. There's a pen in her hand. There's a feather right there. She's taking in all the info. Anything weird about the walls? There's like a little gap in the middle there. That's not that weak necessarily. And there is like a few inches on the floor where like you can get an object in or out. Okay. Are we ever gonna see her face? As you can clearly see, there's nowhere within the hut that anyone else could have hidden. The court will accept this photographic print as evidence. Okay. Stab wound is... Wait, I didn't actually look at the stab wound. I looked at everything except the stab wound. Yep, I mean, there's blood right there. Okay. But there's footsteps. There's lots of footprints. We're not gonna have to examine the footprints, are we? Like, I hate that. To understand it then, the victim and the defendant were alone inside the beach hut at the time. This is deeply troubling, I must say. Finger of guilt points firmly at the defendant. Well, Your Excellency, naturally the prosecution has much more to its case. We need to prove the accused's appalling actions beyond all possible contention. To that end, we can confirm that we have multiple witnesses to the crime and damning evidence. Or sorry, danging evidence. Witnesses? But who? They just said there's no one there. One of whom, I might add, is a highly respected police detective. I assure you, the testimony of these witnesses will leave no room for doubt. Don't worry, they're gonna slip. They're actually just incompetent weirdos. Very well then, Counsel. Bring forth your witnesses. ... I, Takatsuchi Aochi, have been waiting for this moment. Revenge against the Naruhodo clan. Sorry? Oh yes, I haven't forgotten that trial 9 months ago where I lost my hair. And that irreverent little student boy utterly humiliated me. Oh wait, Kazuma cut it off, didn't he? Yunosuke Naruhodo! Yes? This insult to the Aochi family name will never be forgotten. You become considered with age, Council. But the old have to stand aside and make way for the new. Oh yeah, okay. It's the way of the world. May you never forget that. He just cut his hair from 20 feet away. There's the sheer strength of the airwaves that he cut that went forward. It's like in Zelda, he had full HP, so he shot a sword beam. Strike the head of a samurai whose top knot has been cut. The bell of cultural enlightenment tolls. I think George Washington said that. On that fateful day, my former self died. Tired of your own mini Meiji revolution. Are you modernizing as well, Council? Silence! As I swore revenge back then, there's been a minor miracle atop my head. Yeah, I see it. Observe the Elchi growth. That's gonna fall off by the end of this. You see the seed of hope sprouting forth from the barren expanse of my crown? The unicorn. Hey, that tiny growth is trying to tell me something. Right, I can't really see. Where's the hope exactly? I said silence! Today, I face another Yoko student of the Naruhodo clan. Well, I will vanquish you! My victory will be fertilizer for the seed of hope atop my head. You have been warned. With that, the prosecution calls the witnesses to the stand. Looks like the stakes are high on both sides in this trial. The prosecution and defense each have much to lose. Haircut is hardly comparable to Ray's life. What are you talking about? He needs the seed of hope, the fertilizer of hope. Oh, no. Wait. What are you doing here? Okay. I am gonna stop there for today. It's like 30 minutes, 40 minutes in. Okay, yeah, okay. We're good. We got past all the tutorial stuff. Next time we can start for real. What are my saves? You couldn't give Resolve like its own save slots? Really? We could just save over this. Okay. Oh, this is blue, so we can tell them apart. Next up, guys, we will start this case for realsies with Hosonaga and I don't remember his name. The guy from case 4. You know his name. He's like the poet guy who's a real character. Anyways, see you guys next time. Bye.